Jaxson, have you made any decision on your future yet? And follow up to that is, how do you stay focused on the task at hand, knowing that you've got a really kind of life-changing decision coming up?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is I have a great support staff around me. Great coaches. Obviously, my family is amazing, and have great friends on the team. So honestly, not really too worried about it right now. Just focus on the bowl game and focus on my preparation and doing my job to help put the team in the best situation to win and make history here.
Right here, third row on the left.
Just to follow up on that, Jaxson, what goes into that decision when you get around to making it? You've made a transfer decision before. What goes into the decision about whether to stay, whether to explore your options, that kind of thing?
Like I said, I think that I just have a great support staff around me that's able to give me really good advice. There's a lot of things that go into it, but like I said, I'm just focused on this bowl game and going 1-0 this week.
All right, where are we going next, guys? Here we go. All right, second row on the right.
Just for any or all that want to touch on it, it's been the big kind of rallying point for this program after getting that 10th win at the Egg Bowl, having that chance again to get 11 wins. How much of a motivating factor has that been within y'all's program or locker room or just during practice that y'all can be the first team to kind of etch that mark?
I think it's been just on the back of our minds the whole time, just because it's something that will go in the history books forever. It'll never be forgotten. Getting that 11th win, something that'll never be done and has never been done in program history. So, it's been a great motivating factor for us, and I think it'll take a lot of momentum going on into next season.
All right, Quinshon, what about you?
I definitely think it's been a morale booster in our locker room just to know that we've done something that's never been done before. So it definitely inspires everyone around the facility and just the fans, the whole community, to that Ole Miss can be the top program.
All right, Victor?
I think we just want to stamp ourselves and our legacy as a team. I think we put in too much work to just not go unheard of for this season. So I think it's a great thing to stamp our legacy this season with 11 wins.
All right, over here, second row on the left, please.
Quinshon and Victor, Penn State's run defense has given up less than 70 yards a game. So it's going to be tough sledding for you guys. What have you guys seen on film to help you guys against this big-time matchup against a good defense, one of the best in the nation?
Well, I think just me personally, I feel that as, the type of team that we are, I know that we have grit. The guys up front, I believe in them as much as possible. I know that Coach Weiss and Coach Kiffin will put us in the best situation to win. So I know that, with me believing in our guys and the way we go out and execute, we'll be fine.
Yeah, they're well disciplined and they're real gap sound. So I think just getting to our spots and executing is a big part of the game plan, and tempo is another big part of the game plan. But I think we take pride as a unit, putting these playmakers in the right spots and blocking out and straining for them to make plays.
Where are we going next, guys?
Quinshon, I was just wondering if you had made a firm decision on what your future is after this game. Are you staying for another year? Are you exploring the transfer portal, any of that kind of thing?
I think just for me right now, I'm at the point where, I'm just focused on this bowl game, just going out with my guys, and that's my main focus, is just winning this game.
Back over here to the left.
Jaxson, Penn State's defense leads the nation in sacks, 48 sacks. How fast is that defense that you've seen on film, and how's your team helped you prepared for this upcoming matchup?
Yeah, I think that we're fortunate that we've had time to really dive into the film and watch them. They're a great unit, super explosive up front, and like the guy said earlier, they wreak havoc. I feel confident in our game plan going into it. We've played against really good, in my opinion, the best competition all year long. So, it's not going to be something to where we feel like it's out of the norm or anything like that. We just got to trust each other, communicate on a really high level, and trust our training.
This is for Quinshon, Jaxson, and Jordan. You guys all came in at the same time. You had last year had its highs and lows. What is it like being here, considering what you went through last year?
Definitely a different experience. You know, when last season we had 7-0 at one point, and then we come back and we lose a lot of games in a row. So I think this year, with us just being steady, you know, getting better each and every week, is definitely improved all around. So I'm excited for, you know, us to go out this last game and perform.
Yeah, I'm super proud of this squad. You know, it was disappointing how we ended off things last year, and you know, it really ate at us this off season. So, you know, we took accountability of our actions throughout the season and even in season. Had a lot of big guys step up in leadership roles, and you know, I'm super proud of where we're at right now. And I think I can speak for everybody that you know, we want to stamp our legacy in Ole Miss history. So we feel like we're not done yet.
Yeah, you know, just building off what Jaxson said, you know, I'm just super proud of this unit, you know, and just being able to finish ball games. I think that's something that, you know, we didn't harp on a lot last season, was just being able to finish. And I think, you know, you go back and cut on the film and you know, just see how we're able to finish in the fourth quarter, specifically. I think that we're a huge fourth quarter team. And, you know, I think that's something that's really, really helped us this season. And just seeing a lot of the guys come together and being able to win ball games, you know, it's just something that you can be super proud of.
For Quinshon and Jaxson, will what Ole Miss has been able to do in the transfer portal in the last 3 weeks impact your decisions when you make them?
I think that's definitely a factor that you look into. Obviously, you want to play with really great players, but I think, you know, like I said earlier, I think for both of us, we're just focused on this bowl game. You know, we have a great relationship with guys in the locker room and the coaching staff, and we love it here. So we're really just, you know, focused on this bowl game and winning.
Yeah, agreed to what Jaxson said. You know, just really focus on this last bowl game with the support of our coaches and just a great relationship we have with our teammates and the guys in the locker room. You know, that's our job, to just go out there and just focus on this last game.
All right, time for a few more. All right, front row on the right.
Okay, so this question is for all four of you. I asked your teammates, so I'm asking you as well. No pressure or anything. But does sugar go in grits?
No.
I think if it's cheese grits, no. Like if you just got regular grits, and I mean, it's good. I've had it before, it's good, but I prefer cheese grits.
I agree with Jordan. If it's cheese grits, no. Regular grits, yes, for sure.
Growing up on the West Coast, didn't really ever have grits, so more of an oatmeal guy.
And you never tried it?
I tried grits for the first time last night. It was all right.
All right, anything else, guys? Last chance. All right, I guess that's it, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.